Okay.
And there you go.
All right. This is the Lyme Lads podcast where people with Lyme disease talk with each other. I'm here with Celina and your mother, Maya,
Hello,
Hi.
from Sweden.
Sweden.
Thank you so
Yes,
much for coming on the podcast.
you're
Um,
welcome.
and we're gonna today we've got some questions that Grok made for us, and we're gonna use that just sort of as a backbone to help structure the conversation and just kind of see where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
So, one of the first questions on the list here is walk us through the moment you first realized something was wrong. What were your initial symptoms and how did they unfold?
Okay, so what happened was my first symptoms was I started to sweat very badly. My first and everything like that. So it was really, really bad, and I was sweating and I was getting really sore on my leg here. I started swelling. I got the tick, what's it called?
It's a bullseye rash.
Bullseye rash, the
So, so,
typical
so you had the bullseye rash.
the bullseye rash. It was like this huge, like this big. If I could take it was like bigger than my knee, so it
Wow.
was huge. I had two, so I had two, and then I had on my back as well. I had here on my rump as well. I had my rump, so I had two here, and then I had one here. So it was like spreading all over. It was horrible. Yeah.
And the rashes as well. She got horrible rashes and started to itch.
Yes, I started to itch.
How old were you when you had the bullseye rash?
I was 8.
Ironically, I was also 8 years old when
Really?
Wow.
yep. And I was fortunate enough to have the bullseye rash as well,
Mm-hmm.
because I've heard that some people don't get any indication they were bitten.
Mm.
And my dad pulled the tick off of my back. It was in between my shoulder blades.
Wow.
Uh,
Wow.
and he pulled it off my back. He put it in the ashtray, killed it with a,
Wow.
a burnt cigarette,
Oh
and
my
then
goodness.
and then that was it. I didn't get antibiotics for almost 20 years.
Whoa.
Yeah, sounds familiar. Sounds a bit like what she went through because, and the sad part was, if I may say, is that nobody recognized it.
No.
And that for us was,
So I went straight to because the first one happened at school, and I went to the nurse. You know, you have a nurse in case you fought a school nurse, yeah.
Mhm.
And I went directly because I couldn't move my leg. I couldn't walk. I was like, oh, like this. I couldn't like do anything, and I was like, oh, like dizzy, and I was sweating really, really bad. And I was like, couldn't breathe. I went straight to the nurse, and they said, "Well, there's nothing we can do." So that's what they said. Like, yeah, it's
I'm
like,
and
I'm
that's exaggerated.
no, and it's like, I just put some cream. It's a mosquito bite. So yeah, go to the hospital if it gets worse. So that's what they said.
Wow. Um,
Yeah. So, yeah.
I, I mean, shoot. Well, so after you were bitten, uh,
Yeah.
besides the sweating, besides the initial swelling,
Mm.
I mean, you didn't get antibiotics immediately, did you?
No,
Mhm.
no, I did not. I did not get antibiotics because firstly, they just said, okay, what can we do? We can give you cream for the bite, right? The bite area.
That
That's what
was
they
cortisone cream.
cortisone, yeah. And then they gave me painkillers, which is very common here.
Sure. And in America too. America loves pills.
It's called Alvedon here in Sweden. Alvedon.
And even if you break your arm, they will
Yeah,
send you, because I broke my arm and they sent me home and said, take a painkiller.
yeah, literally. Mum broke her arm and smashed her like literally fell on her hand.
That was
And they like literally said, "Oh, go to a hand therapist."
Oh man.
Hand therapist? Like what?
it, but
Anyway.
we digress. But this is just just to show that
Mm.
the level, what really surprises me is the level of ignorance. Because when I started working in 2023 at a school, I sat down with one of the teachers and I was really frustrated that it was never picked up. And I said, what would you do? Would you be able to recognize a tick bite if you saw one? And she said, well, yeah. And I said, are you sure? Because I explained to her what had happened. I said, no, back then they weren't as well trained as we are. So I'm not too sure if that is true or not. But
No, not and they wouldn't recognize it. I don't think even today they wouldn't do it.
they just don't. They'd rather push it aside, say it's eczema or psoriasis or something they understand, than something they don't understand, which is a little bit deeper and controversial.
Yeah.
Interesting that you mentioned that, because my family, we've got a lot of doctors, and my dad was, I mean, he was a surgeon.
Wow.
So, graduated, hello cat, graduated at the top of his class, became a hand surgeon, and then when he was taking that tick off my back, clear bullseye rash. That's the only reason I even saw it in between my shoulder blades. And then I think he put Neosporin on it, and that was it. I could have walked myself to the hospital, but I mean, that's how close we lived. But I think what it is besides poor training, physicians might be specialized in one area or another. So even though they're a doctor, they might not know infectious disease at all. And I've even been to infectious disease doctors that are, clueless completely.
Yeah.
It's true. It's very true. Because, one of the things of the symptoms she's had, she got dizzy and she'd faint a lot. She also couldn't breathe. I called the ambulance once to come and help me because she collapsed on the floor and was not breathing. And they didn't know what to do. They didn't give her oxygen.
No.
And then, how many times? We went 8 times to emergency, right?
9 times to emergency.
Yeah, 8 to 9 times.
8 to 9 times to emergency room. And
So I don't have a car. I needed to call the ambulance because she's not a little girl anymore. You can't pick her up.
No, exactly.
Carry her. So, and they refused to take my calls. They said, you mustn't call us anymore because we don't know what to do.
They refused to even take me to the emergency room.
Yeah, so I had to take like a sick taxi, what they call here a sick taxi.
Yeah.
And we arrived at the emergency. She actually fainted in front of the nurse, and the nurse didn't even say a word to the doctor.
Yeah.
And they just brushed it off. Oh, it's on your head.
At the height of my illness, in an 8-month period, I was in the hospital 5 times, and each time I'd go in, I'd go into the emergency room. I'm having some really bad issues, and they couldn't figure it out. They'd send me home. You don't have anything going on with you, and I would say, hey, I think I'm suffering from Lyme disease. And they would say, well, have you ever been tested for it? And I would say, yes. Oh, so what did the test say? Negative. Okay. So you don't have Lyme disease. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just mind boggling. Like
I know
it is. Same thing here. If you go to the regular doctor's surgeries and you have a test, she was actually recently tested
for Lyme disease,
Lyme disease, and came out negative.
Yeah.
And after what she's gone through and what we know from that
because Borrelia and Lyme disease is not easy to find in a regular test, especially
they're looking for early Lyme.
Yeah, early Lyme, yeah.
They're not looking for advanced Lyme or chronic Lyme. They're looking for early Lyme. That's the problem.
Absolutely. So, I mean, we can talk more about that later in the episode here. So you were bitten. You had the bullseye rash. You put some cortisol on it, or anti-itch cream or whatnot.
Yeah.
And then, how did your life progress? How did you know that something was wrong?
I just felt it. I just felt it a lot. I couldn't do things very well. and it was just very hard, you know. I
But
broke out. Yeah.
when you say you couldn't do things very well, do you have any examples?
Like I felt dizzy and I had to go to the nurse a few times because I was feeling very like, ugh, like I feel ill. I had to go out of the classroom many times because I felt very ill and I had to I vomited quite a bit, you know. So it was really, really bad at that point. I knew something was wrong because my stomach is quite strong, but this one was like I felt something was not quite right. And it was like
It,
I was vomiting all the time. So
you told me before we started recording that you became wheelchair bound.
yes,
How did that happen? Or
because because I became stiff in the legs. I couldn't move my legs very well. Right, Mum?
Yeah. That's so she I was kind of forced to do things just to underline what you asked there about what she couldn't do. It's like regular things, like cleaning, making her bed, little things
Yeah,
like that. And then as the disease got hold of her, it attacked her muscles,
yeah.
and she was very, very sore in the legs, and she was being pushed by the socials to go to try and get her into work. And she went to it's like an initiative they have, and we had to walk from where we live now to, it's not far from us, to the classroom, and it was just getting harder and harder for her to walk, and
I
eventually
was always falling like asleep all the time. I was always tired
she
and
couldn't walk.
yeah, I was very
So,
chronically fatigued.
so I put out on
So
Facebook a request for a wheelchair, and one of my friends supplied me with one, and that was 2 years, and then everybody jumped all over her. Why are you in a wheelchair? Why in a wheelchair?
get out of the wheelchair. The doctor would say, "Get out, come on, you can move. Look at you, you can walk." And I had to like force myself. It was really hard. It felt like glass in my legs, and I was like, "Oh, like this." And I was like, it was really like almost like a pins and needles feeling. I was like, I can't walk.
Was
Yeah.
give me 1 second. My cat is she's rubbing her face on the stand, so it's like
Oh my,
shaking all.
it's all right.
It's like an earthquake over here. Uh, so I wonder, Celina, how long from when you were bitten to having trouble walking, needing a wheelchair?
It was about 2 years.
Wow.
2 years. I couldn't do much. I was really, really in a critical condition like that because I couldn't. Like, every time I stood up, it felt like I said, it felt like glass in my legs.
yeah.
And then they were going to do. They did a test for my muscles. Okay, this is gonna shock you. All right. So
Okay.
they're going to do an ultrasound because they do they have this big stick to test for your muscles
It's
in your
like a big,
legs.
it's like a big needle.
Yeah,
And we were told that she would be, she'd get local anesthetic.
yeah.
Now you take it up from there.
Okay, they were going to cream my leg and put local anesthetic, right?
Anesthetic, yeah.
Anesthetic. And what happened was they didn't give me that. I wasn't told much. I was just told to sit down on the bed like this. And the next minute, the guy literally, who was, what was he?
He was a neurosurgeon.
Neurosurgeon.
Yeah.
And he literally took the stick and went, stabbed it
In
right
your
in my
leg.
leg so hard. I screamed. He stabbed it
And he
right in
laughed
my
at her. He actually laughed
no
at her.
anesthetic,
It hurt.
no anesthetic, nothing. He just stabbed
I've never seen her scream
the
like that.
ultrasound stick right, bam, like right in my leg, and I was bleeding like anything.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, and I was screaming like that.
And
I was like,
yeah, he laughed at her and said, "Oh, it's not that sore." You feel like, okay, shall we take it and do it to you and see how you feel?
yeah.
That's how you reacted. When they
It was
Absolutely.
that was the one of the worst pains I've ever felt. One of the worst, but
you've been through quite a lot since
What
then.
what was that test for? That
it
was
was
to
for it was like an ultrasound for the legs, the muscles.
They wanted to see if they could find, because
Neurological disorder, you know,
did,
but
neurological Lyme disease.
no,
did
not
they
neuro.
Wasn't it?
No, it wasn't for neurological Lyme disease. It was for the muscles. Remember,
Yeah, yeah.
did,
because
There was
did,
they
something.
couldn't walk. Yeah.
did they find anything?
No, they didn't
Okay.
find. I said my muscles sound great because it was like it had like a squeaky sound, and he was like literally without any anesthesia going woo, like this, and it was like moving. I could feel the pipe right in my leg, and I was like, ow, ow, please stop. And it's like, no, I'm not gonna stop.
Oh man.
Yeah, and I was crying, and I literally was shaking. Like this, mom was like a volcano. She was about to explode. I had to hold her back.
Well, you couldn't hold me back because you
No,
were so much pain. But
yeah,
the feeling that they're doing this, not listening to her, saying, "Ow," she's in extreme
yeah.
amount of pain.
Why are you in pain? They said, why are you in pain? I'm like, mom, just a stab in the leg.
It doesn't hurt, he said.
Literally.
That's why I said you want to take the needle and do it straight to him and see how he feels. But it was freaking me out because he was not listening.
Yeah.
And that's just one of the little things she's experienced.
Yeah.
One thing that I think everybody sees with doctors is I don't actually think they're good listeners. Like
No.
I think that most doctors are overworked, and
Yes.
my experience is they're usually tired, and
Very tired.
they've got a very small amount of time to hear your story and try to figure it out. Let alone look at your stack of medical records that show you've really been going through it. So I don't think doctors are the best listeners. Usually it's somebody close to you, like your mom, that sees how much you struggle and has the time.
Yeah.
So you said you were wheelchair bound for 2 years?
Yes.
So now you're obviously not. You can walk.
No,
Tell me about that.
So what happened? I got antibiotic treatment, and I started feeling better, and I could walk and everything like that, couldn't I? It helped me. I got ivermectin.
Nice.
And ivermectin, very good. I love ivermectin. I do.
I love ivermectin too.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, so I got ivermectin by this doctor in Gothenburg, right?
Yes.
In Gothenburg?
Yeah, it was after she had that AI-driven blood analysis where they found not only did she have that, but she had Ascaris.
Yeah.
I
had like a worm in my.
The Ascaris worm is part of the tapeworm family.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I had babies, and I wasn't diagnosed with that. I waited 3 years for that diagnosis. 3 years to get diagnosed with Ascaris.
So the ivermectin was actually prescribed for that.
Yeah.
And you liked it. I mean, it probably did more than just kill parasites.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know what the deal is with it with me, but I think it reduces my inflammation.
It does. It's absolutely wonderful.
It's like a miracle drug.
It is, and it's amazing, and I recommend it to everyone. Really, I mean,
yeah, of course. And the sad thing, it's the best for curing advanced Lyme, like she's got.
Yeah,
but it's banned here.
Yeah.
You can't
or very select. It's very select. You have to get like a really, really good reason to get ivermectin here in Sweden.
Yeah, because they ban it. It's crazy.
So I don't want to get in this too much because I'm totally uneducated on it. But from my understanding, the United States Center of Disease Control has a huge influence on medical protocol in other countries.
Yeah.
What we saw when COVID happened was basically the vaccine is the only solution, and any alternative medications that might possibly help, we're going to make it very difficult for you to get your hands on those. The vaccine's the only way to go.
Yeah, exactly. Can I just say something quickly?
Absolutely, yeah.
I got COVID. I'm a COVID survivor. So I got COVID, and it was just like the flu.
I got COVID. It was a bad 5 days, but then I was. Listen to how silly this is. I got COVID. It was really bad. I was unvaccinated, and then I wanted to see my grandpa in his retirement home, and he said, "You can't visit unless you get vaccinated."
Oh,
and I said, "Well, I've already had COVID. I already have natural immunity. I've got the antibodies and my system already said, no, it doesn't matter. You need the vaccine.
Wow.
So I got vaccinated shortly after having
Oh,
COVID,
I'm so wow. Okay.
like an idiot. But I was then able to see my family, which was important to me.
Of course.
Uh, so yeah, I feel really silly about the whole COVID thing. It really isn't that big of a deal. But I will say at the peak of my illness, when I was in and out of the hospital every other month, I was diagnosed with and these were all active infections. I had Epstein-Barr virus. I had cytomegalovirus. I
Oh, wow.
had uh, I had microtoxin A. Um, are we still here? Oh yeah.
Yes,
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 we are.
yes.
We're just
I
listening.
also had I had pneumonia. I had mycoplasma pneumonia.
Oh, wow. I
Um,
had mycoplasma.
and then of course I had the Borrelia Burgdorferi bacteria,
Yeah, I have it too. Yeah.
and I had all of those at the same time, all active infections. What I think Lyme disease does is it weakens your immune system, so you
It
you
does.
just you just start picking up other
Mm.
co-infections.
Mm.
And if I had gotten COVID
Yeah.
at that moment, I was a goner for sure.
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
absolutely, I would have died.
Yeah.
But that's something that the mainstream media doesn't want to talk about. Is like COVID was bad, but are
Yeah.
we looking at people that had existing conditions, or
Mm-hmm.
are we looking at people that have a clean bill of health?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
But
yeah,
if
Maya.
I may say something very quickly, here in Sweden, um, they we didn't
Go
lock
into
down.
lock. We didn't lock down.
We
Yeah.
didn't lock down, and
No.
it was not mandatory to take the vaccine, although they put it everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I had COVID the same time as she did,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, both COVID together.
yeah, because we lived together. We have been living together since she was a baby. Because I'm a single mom, and as she got progressively more and more ill, then I'm not the sort of mother who will throw my child out into the street, which is
No.
what the Swedish authorities would have liked me to have done. But no. But it was so much on this pressure to get the vaccine, and
Yeah.
the vaccine and when you say, well, we've had it, we both survived it, and I got it pretty bad.
Oh, yeah.
And then she was actually nursing me for a little bit.
I was nursing my mom. I was sick before I got really bad with COVID. I was nursing her. And I was having cramps, so I was just about getting COVID. I was helping mom and nursing her, making her feel better, giving her teas.
Yeah. And she was suffering herself from the symptoms of Lyme disease.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this was a crazy period. It was
It
absolutely crazy.
We are living in a very odd time, but
Yeah, yeah.
I think it comes because we've been off track for so long.
Yeah.
And I think whenever you've been going the wrong way for a long time, getting on the right track always seems weird.
Yeah.
But let's maybe go to our next question, or let me how about number 4? What was the process like of getting a diagnosis? Were there any memorable aha moments, misdiagnosis, or tests that finally pointed in the right direction?
Yeah, like I said, the Gothenburg one was like a big aha. I had to go twice there because firstly I had to fast, and because otherwise you can't read this certain things, and it was right.
Yeah, because first they wanted to test for the antibodies, and so she had to fast. And what happened is the email from the doctor or from the head of this clinic didn't arrive on time. So it was not only her who had to be retested.
Yes, everyone had to be retested.
So they referred us to a lab in Stockholm, where they took her blood. And then when that came back, that was the big aha moment.
Yeah, big aha moment. Yeah.
I mean, our jaws dropped.
Yeah.
Literally.
So what did the test results say?
I said positive.
Positive. Can you explain what they found?
No, not really. I don't know how to say it.
Okay, let me just explain that one of the symptoms she gets is brain fog.
Yeah, I don't really.
So she can't remember everything. So
Yeah.
So we knew she had Lyme disease, like the one you had, and she had another one.
Babesia and Bartonella. I have.
But she had the other
Mycoplasma.
not
Immunocomplex.
Yeah, you've got immunocomplex, Babesia, Bartonella, Mycoplasma.
Yeah.
Then you had rickettsia.
That didn't come out in the test.
No, but that we found out later.
Yeah.
And then you had the one that the naturopath found. It was Borrelia miyamotoi, which was very unusual.
Yeah.
And he also diagnosed her with Epstein-Barr.
Yeah.
So at this point, you've got your diagnosis, and then you immediately get antibiotics, or?
Yeah, I got immediately antibiotics for that. How many days was it?
Well, it was quite interesting because the doctor who actually prescribed these antibiotics was not living here in Sweden. So
No,
this
he
is the
wasn't.
controversy, okay? So he had to send them from Holland. And they were like bombs. And she reacted really badly to them. So, yeah, that was the first set of antibiotics. And then she went on amoxicillin, didn't she?
Amoxicillin, yeah. Twice amoxicillin. Which
was through, because we have connection with the chairwoman of the Lyme Disease Association here. And we started talking to her because Celina was getting worse and worse. And she recommended us, she actually sent us some...
A package of like, it was like...
amoxicillin.
Yeah, amoxicillin, and she sent me blue, methylene blue. You know, that's the big blue dye. Blue dye is called.
Yeah.
And I love it. It's really good, actually. I haven't had it since.
Yeah,
So
it's quite hard to find. And
yeah.
The other thing she suggested was propolis, which is bee poison.
Yeah. Bee venom.
Bee venom.
Bee venom. Yeah.
And she recommended to overdose on vitamin C.
Yeah.
But the powder.
The powder, yeah.
We started doing all these different recommendations she did. We started doing all that. I was buying it for her, and it started easing.
Yeah.
The symptoms. And you can take it from there.
So yeah, that's what happened.
Wow, that sounds like, that sounds like a lot of, wow. Do you know how long you were on antibiotics? Was it like a long term or was it short term?
No, it was short term. I've only what was it? How many was it? I don't remember.
But the thing is,
I think it was 30 days or something. 30 days or something.
Yeah, it was the one that the lady sent us, the chair lady of Borrelia Foundation. She sent us I think it was a 20-day course.
20-day course, yeah.
And then she recommended us to a website where she got hers from, and then Celina got another dose of amoxicillin.
Yeah.
Then she started reacting to it.
Yeah, I became allergic and I broke out in this rash.
So she hasn't had antibiotics since.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. I have heard of people developing reactions from taking antibiotics when they're shedding the bacteria or the infection.
Yeah.
I've also heard that you can develop allergies to it, and it can be a really big problem to take certain antibiotics.
Yeah.
Do you know that there's a debate in the Lyme disease community? First, just chronic Lyme is a huge debate, and the CDC did their best job to basically say chronic Lyme doesn't exist. Lyme disease is super easy to diagnose and super easy to treat with a short regimen of doxycycline. You're cured, no questions asked, nothing, no chronic Lyme. Doesn't exist. And then the people disagree. So patients and certain physicians that are treating these sick people saw that this is not only a hard to diagnose disease,
Yeah.
but it's also hard to treat.
Yeah, it is.
So the debate now is, does chronic Lyme exist? And if so, is long-term antibiotic treatment necessary? And it's a big topic for debate because the use of antibiotics is controversial, and you want to just use antibiotics when absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
Because it basically like the overuse of it.
Yes.
And I'm not highly educated on this, but can create antibiotic resistant pathogens and a disease, essentially making it more difficult to treat. But when I was finally treated, I first did a triple antibiotic treatment. I was on doxycycline, azithromycin, and ceftonir for 10 months straight.
Wow.
And I felt great. And this is something, Celina, and this is a question, if you feel better on antibiotics, did you have an infection?
I'm tired.
So you know, she did have an infection.
I did, yeah.
And it's been, she still has it. She still has an infection, yeah.
But you probably wouldn't feel better on antibiotics unless you were dealing with something severe.
Yeah.
So like, my family comes from the medical background, and my sister even threatened to report the physician that was treating me.
Oh,
like,
wow.
you can't be on long-term antibiotics. That's a bad idea. I'm going to report this. And my argument was, well, hey, now I feel great on these antibiotics. I was doing really bad, but now I'm on, all of these antibiotics. I feel great. If you're on triple antibiotics, you shouldn't feel great.
No.
But that's testament to the fact that I was dealing with something. And Celina, if you do want to end the podcast at any moment, you just let me know if you're feeling like you're ready to call it. But we can kind of go through here. What was your experience like with doctors and the healthcare system? Were there times when you felt believed, dismissed, or something in between?
It was very difficult because like when I showed them the papers, I literally had said, okay, here is the tests. They scanned it and everything. And then the doctor literally said to me, "Oh, it's gone." Looked at her, I was like, "But how you haven't done any tests, you haven't done anything." Oh, but it doesn't exist in it because I did another test for Lyme disease and it came out negative. So they were jumping on about me, on and on about this one test. And they didn't believe me. No, they've never believed me.
Never believed her. Not from the first.
There's only one doctor that like really looked at my notes and was like, "Oh my gosh, you need to look at this," But then like she disappeared, and it's very sad, because it was very hard to get believed.
Was Maya with you? Was
Yes,
your mother with you?
All my doctor's appointments she's ever been, because I want someone, not like a camera, but like a support, because mom can, she's very strict with these people and she knows what to do, and if she's, but you see in Sweden you can't get angry at the doctors because they can call the police on you.
This is something it's very hard. If you question them, this is what happened with this doctor Celina's talking about.
Yeah.
And she was getting very frustrated, and she said, "Look, I'm sorry, but you have this blood analysis, but I don't agree with it." And that was it.
Yeah.
And they just put on that she's a hypochondriac, and this is where they go to. every single time. Her journal is a mess.
Yeah, it's a mess.
I wish we could cancel it all because uh, they even gossiped about her on the journal. I mean,
Yeah, it's crazy.
it's crazy.
May I say a couple things?
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Uh, okay, so I finally got my diagnosis in Orlando, Florida.
Wow.
All cash doctor. Insurance doesn't, pay for anything.
Mm.
I paid $1,500 cash to a lab called IGenix in California.
Wow.
They confirmed it. I've got Lyme disease and a host of other illnesses. And then I thought, immediately I'm going to be able to get treatment. Well, not really, because the physician that believed me, the physician that diagnosed me, the treatment was all cash. And at this point, I had run out of money.
Wow.
Then COVID hit, and in the middle of this, I started juicing celery like a maniac. I don't know if you've tried that, Celina, but it's excellent on an empty stomach. Don't add anything to it. Wait 30 minutes. Don't eat afterwards. It really helped with the brain fog and stuff like that. But then COVID hit. The celery juice cleaned up my system so that I felt like I could get back to my life again. But I knew I needed antibiotics. I moved to Oklahoma, and I was on a farm for a while, which was, not bad because there's this deadly virus on the loose. So I was kind of out of society working.
Yeah.
And then I went into the city to finally get antibiotics. I was ready to do it. This was 2 years after my diagnosis. This is now like 17 years after being bitten.
Okay.
And I went to the doctor's appointment with my friend's mom. That she was there to chaperone me, and the doctor, we handed him a stack of medical records this big.
Wow.
And he was an IV, like IV, like he advertised IV antibiotics, IV treatments, and I was like,
Wow.
I'm ready to get help. And then we hand him the stack of papers. He goes outside for maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Kid you not, could not even 15 minutes. Comes back in the room and says, "You don't have Lyme disease."
What?
and I was so like, if my friend's mom wasn't there, I would have punched this guy in the face, because not only did you not take the time to review my records, but I outlined the fact that I had had negative diagnosis, false negatives, and that I finally got my positive diagnosis, black and white, clear as day. And he was like, "Yeah, I don't think you have Lyme disease," and that was it. So and this is me finally trying to get antibiotics. When I was trying years prior, before I was trying to get my diagnosis, can you imagine being alone in a doctor's office, saying that you've taken the Lyme disease CDC criteria testing 5 times, all negative, and then saying that I still think I have Lyme disease? They look at you like you're crazy, and they
do.
And then I said stuff like this. I said, "I'm depressed and I'm feeling suicidal because I can't get help for this." And I was there unaccompanied, and you know what they did?
What?
They Baker acted me. So they said that I was a threat to myself. And they put a 72-hour hold on me because they were thinking, he obviously doesn't have Lyme disease. He mentioned suicide. He mentioned depression. And it's like, if I really had intentions on hurting myself, I probably wouldn't have I wouldn't have taken off work, come to the doctor to get help.
Yeah.
I'm depressed and I'm, having all these issues. and I can't get help for it. Anybody would feel the way I do in this scenario.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that you girls were able to go to the doctor together. It's incredibly important to have a support system.
Yeah.
And even like in Sweden, you want to argue with a doctor here in the United States, it doesn't go well.
It doesn't go well.
It doesn't.
Yeah, but because many times when my mom phoned the doctor, the one doctor, she was quite aggressive, and she's like, "Well, if you do this, I'm gonna call the police."
Well, she wanted to strike us off the patient.
Well, she said that to you.
She was going to first call the police and then strike us off the patient list, but she didn't want to hear it. So everything you're saying,
And then she also blamed COVID, right, for my test results being late. And then they lost my poo samples many times.
yeah. Well, they're not very diligent.
They're not.
No, there's so much inefficiency in the system.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the reasons doctors are so like ignorantly confident is because medical school is just so hard. It is just like you've got to be a really good test taker. You've got to memorize information.
Yeah, sure.
But nobody thinks to question if the information's right. They just assume it's absolute, but anybody with a brain would know the medical industry and information is constantly evolving.
Yeah.
Protocol from 10 years ago might be different today.
Exactly.
So it always mind boggles me when you've got a very confident doctor. Like I would shy away from doctors that think they know everything and take a doctor that's like, I'm not sure. Let's look into this any day.
Yeah.
May I say something, Michael? Because this, I think, is quite important. At this point, after what you said now about doctors, just before Christmas, we went to a private doctor, and you talk about costs. I've literally gotten myself into debt because
she has.
of these medical costs, and that's no problem. She's my daughter. I'll do anything for her, okay? But we went to see this private doctor, and she was so much more open about it. And what she did was something quite interesting. She looked in Celina's ear, and she said, "You have an inflammation in your brain."
Yeah.
Okay? And she also said about another illness. I'm just trying to think of the name that my friend's got. And I can't think of it right now. But anyway, and she recommended that Celina get IV treatment, but with vitamins, with B12, and so on and so on. So we did a test recently for Borrelia, which came out negative. Then she's got low B12 and very high blood cell count.
Yes, white blood cell count. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which would indicate you might be fighting an infection.
Yeah, exactly. But it's funny because that came out, but not Lyme disease.
Because they test for early Lyme. This is the thing.
It said it was almost at not a critical level, but it's like it's almost at the edge of my white blood cells are quite high.
Yeah.
And my B12 levels are quite not low, but actually they said that my white blood cells are doing quite well.
Yeah.
So I was quite my immune system is quite strong, even though I've been affected for so long. So
let's go to the next question. We already talked about co-infections. It sounds like your treatments were mostly antibiotic. We talked about chronic Lyme versus, just regular Lyme disease.
Yeah.
How has Celina, how has Lyme changed your day-to-day life physically, emotionally, socially, and professionally?
It has changed it a lot. I used to have lots of energy, and when I was little, before I got Lyme disease, I still remember this, even though I got not 100% bad memory, but I used to run around a lot, and I was a fast runner. I used to run like, um, you never did you see me run?
Yeah, I did, but she was very good at basketball. She was
I
very
was good.
social
I was
girl. She was
very,
outgoing
yeah.
and energetic and
I used to run. There's like a running. I used to do activities for my school, and I used to run like like really, really, really fast.
yeah.
But then I couldn't do it anymore, and I used to get stitches in my liver, and I was like, what the beep is going on? Like I used to get like, I was like, oh, my liver hurts. Oh,
Once again, they would just push this aside and say, nothing to see here. You
I
just
used to like, yeah,
exaggerating.
but it was fun to run around. I missed that.
Yeah, but it's also affected her in everything she does.
Yeah.
The least smallest task can be a big task for her. Because I see it as her mother, because we've got no family here in Sweden, okay? This is one of the key reasons why I stand by her.
Yes.
Um, but
She should get an award.
but believe me, not without repercussions from not only family but from the community.
Yeah.
But I notice these things, like little things. She loves to cook,
Yeah, I do.
but that her energy levels when she's cooked,
That's
then
it
that's
then.
it.
Yeah.
She's got to go and lie down or sit down. She can't do much more. So it has affected her. She never finished school because of this.
Yeah, I didn't finish my education.
Yeah.
So
And this was another controversy because they think, oh, well, why didn't you finish school?
why do you
What was wrong
think?
with you? What was wrong with you? Were you scared? With no regard that she was vomiting every day at school.
Yeah, I was.
She had terrible diarrhea. It started first with constipation, then went to the other side, went the other way. And this was what I was telling you earlier about Ascaris.
Yeah.
And
The
they
Doris is a nasty thing.
yeah,
Let me tell you something. It's just like really nasty.
unrelated to Lyme, but the thing is, it was there and was affecting her, and they thought that she was putting her finger down her throat, and
Yeah, it's what I was like, "Bleh," like this. I was like, what? Are you
but
crazy?
so to keep to the point about how it's affected her in every single way. I
Yeah,
get
yeah,
that
exactly.
in every single way, even looking after the cats or doing little things like hoovering or making her bed. It's a big thing for her.
Yeah.
So I do everything for her.
Celina, do you work?
No.
She hasn't
Okay.
been able to. She hasn't been able to. She hasn't been at that level yet.
No.
You know, I feel for that so much, um, because people don't really understand that this illness affects every part of your life, and like
It does.
it it's hard for me because I don't get along with my family,
Mm.
because I'm,
Really?
it's okay because family's what you make it. And
Exactly.
I, I've got a very like basic standard for family. If
Yeah.
if I ask for help to go see a doctor, I expect you to take off work and show up.
Yeah.
If you can't meet that basic expectation, you can't be in my family.
Yeah.
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 So my family never showed up, and it
Oh.
was it was very difficult for me to speak with doctors alone. And I was Baker acted and all kinds of crazy stuff. Uh, but I feel for you how difficult this can be in every aspect of your life. And when when my family tries to reach out, I'm upset because they don't understand that it's like,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
on the bad days, I'm more upset with them because it's like I'm struggling so much every day. And
Yeah.
what did you do to help me today? Nothing.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nothing. Well,
Yeah.
I I'm pretty sure tomorrow's going to be a rough day. What are you going to do tomorrow to help? Not
Exactly.
Nothing. So, uh, I it affects every day in every aspect of your life. As far as work goes, I mean, I was a full-time mortgage lender at the corporate headquarters for U.S. Mortgage of Florida.
Really? Wow.
And this was like I was at the height of I was approaching the height of my illness. And then I got so sick that I had to resign from my corporate position, and I became bedridden. I was at home, and this started the 8 months, 5 times in the hospital. But I basically couldn't get out of bed, and I was just doing my work on my laptop. So I mean, it's like you want me to be an active part of society, but I'm sick. And
Yeah.
it's undeniable that I'm sick. It is so difficult for me to just walk around and move around, let alone like juggle things and have like responsibility at a job. I'm having trouble making my bed and making breakfast for myself.
Yeah.
That
So
must have been hard.
I totally understand, and I don't blame you for not working. You should rest as much as you can, and
yeah.
Well, she had to. She just had to. There was no question about it, and it just got so hold of her. There was no chance of ever being able to hold on to a job. With their demands, it's a job that has demands, and but the prejudice is there about the school, and it always keeps coming up, and it's horrible because, and now you're talking about the family. The tragedy with us is that our family is split all over the world. Okay,
millions of sons, people, but they're split all over the world. Like, it's far, far away.
So, like my two brothers, one lives in South Africa, one lives in Holland. I'm the middle, the middle baby, and my two sons. My eldest son used to live in England, but a year ago he moved to New Zealand to be with his brother, who's Celina's second eldest brother. But the tragedy there was that when I was working and my son was still in England, and I rang him, I said, please, can you come and be with me? I need the support. I was absolutely exhausted. I was working.
Yeah.
And
she was deadbeat.
She was on her own because nobody, we were part of it.
Not even friends, not even any friends came.
Yeah. And we were part because we are.
It's always about the friends were the worst because like it was always.
The worst was we are believers and we belonged to a congregation.
Yeah.
Before I accepted that job, they promised me
that they would take care.
That they would come and have coffee with her and talk to her.
Yeah.
So it never happened.
Never.
Okay. So I was working a very physical job, and I came home feeling like a pancake.
I had to, I had to clean and do that thing.
Dinner for me.
I made dinner for mom, and I used to cook. I used to go like this, cooking and
not quite like that.
And I just like
the witch from back there. It wasn't.
yeah, just I was like this. I was like, even that.
She pushed herself so hard, and when I was forced to actually retire, I didn't want to stop working. I love working. I've got a lot of energy, and I don't like.
Trust me, she's got more energy than me.
Within my sons, even.
Yeah, more than anyone in the family. I think he's like this. So
just coming back to the family. So you had that for a bit with my son, and then my elder brother. Both my son and my elder brother had kind of the same mindset. Oh, I'm smothering Celina. Oh, I'm not letting her grow up. Oh, she's manipulating me. And I had to deal with that as well. And she had to deal with that. So pushing her, you must go out and meet friends. You must go and train, or you must
this is the
get away from mom and blah, blah, blah.
Well, but the thing is, he's more understanding now, and he's really wonderful, and he's helping and everything, and he's really.
It took a long time, Michael, to get my elder brother to actually understand. He started.
He is a good person. I just think it's hard because everyone's like split thousands of billions of miles apart, and it's hard to understand that kind of thing.
Yeah,
That's what I'm. Yeah. So
It's because he saw things on TV.
yeah.
Because it's coming out more and more.
Yeah, it is coming up more.
And
Yeah.
both him and his wife started understanding it better. And now he's more accepting of it.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
There's another story.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you'd probably say, I mean, it sounds like your illness, your diagnosis, your treatment, your daily life, Lyme disease has had an effect on your relationships, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's definitely, especially in my brother. It's like, I mean, I'm not gonna say too much because I don't like.
So not to talk badly about your brother, but
no.
How do you feel, Celina?
About my brother?
Yeah, maybe about your relationship with your brother, and you know, in regards to Lyme disease or not. And you don't have to share anything you don't want.
No, it's all right. No, it's just when I was little, he was very close to me, and we did things together. And I understand he's grown up and everything like that, and he's had things that has gone through things, but it's very hard for me because our relationship has dwindled. But I try to understand it. I try to always listen and be like the best ear I can to my brothers. Not just to my one brother, it's my other brother. You know, I listen to him as much as I can. You know, if he's got any advice for me, I try to be that, ear and listen. But it's very hard sometimes because like you get different opinions and yeah, we had a yeah. I mean,
but it has changed radically, and it changed radically when he got married. And I don't want to say anything bad.
No, absolutely.
But it's this whole marriage. He's got 7 children.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
7.
Don't die. But it just changed him completely.
Yeah.
And it's like there's no. It's something I'm feeling as well as his mother. There's just no empathy. There's no empathy at all for the whole situation.
So you're saying your brother is a stepfather of 7 kids?
Not stepfather. He's a biological father of 7 kids.
Oh, they have. Okay, so he has 7 kids. Okay.
Yeah.
Either way, that's a handful.
He's got like he is. I'll give him all the credit. He is an amazing father, and he does things.
His best.
Yeah, he does his best. Yeah, exactly. I never. People say, oh, like this, and for me, I just want him to know that it's very hard to like talk to him. He's always very like when he talks. He's just cold. I mean, I try to understand him as much as I can, and it's very hard for me. It affected me because I viewed him as my like a father figure.
Yeah.
For me.
She's never had a father figure in her life.
No.
I've been on my own for a very long time.
That's why we need to create an award for you.
But it's interesting because his other brother, he's more like he will call her up and
he'll call me, he'll check on me.
Does the other brother have kids?
Yes, he's got 3 kids.
Yeah. So, but
I got a lot of. I was going to say grandchildren. I got a lot.
We've got grandchildren that we don't really know.
I mean, my. Yeah, I'm an auntie a lot of times.
Yeah, nieces and nephews.
Nieces and nephews. I got both. So I got like, the family is quite big, and it's really nice actually. It's wonderful to have a big family.
But they're not fully engaged. This is the sad part. Is they're not fully engaged, and yeah. So that it is what it is. I had to deal with that as well, with my cousins being all over the world, and we couldn't always see each other. And I haven't seen my younger brother, who lives in South Africa, since Celina was 14 months old.
Yeah.
So that's a heck of a long time.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen him that long.
You will see him, I'm sure.
Yeah, we will eventually. But my other son, who was originally in New Zealand, I haven't seen him for 16 years.
Yeah, it's been a very long time since you saw him.
But my eldest son, who was in London, he had more ability to come here because it's quite cheap to come from England to Sweden, right?
But I understand why he didn't, because it was, the kids and everything like that. And
It's not just the kids.
yeah,
We can't just put it on that.
no,
To be absolutely honest, there
yeah,
was a
yeah,
very strong unwillingness,
yeah,
sadly, on his wife's part and on his part, that they didn't want to, because they felt that I was holding on to her and she was manipulating me,
So,
and that she's
so
autistic.
she's what?
That she's autistic.
they started
Well,
saying that to me all the time.
I, you know,
Mhm.
what I'd say about that is,
Mhm.
it sounds like both of you have been affected. Like your relationships have been affected by Lyme disease. Like one, like just talking about your mother Maya here, it's like she's sort of getting attacked for being your confidant, somebody that you can trust. And
Yeah.
so you tell your mom, and your mom sees how much you struggle.
Hmm.
And then your mom's like, okay, I gotta help you with this. And then your siblings might see, resent that, or
Yeah.
sort of like see that
Mhm.
as you know not what it is, like you're
Yeah.
smothering her, or
Yeah.
you're
Mhm.
not letting her go out and try to take the world on.
Yeah. True.
Um,
Your relationships have been affected by having the illness, and
yes, very much so.
Maya, your relationships have been affected by supporting somebody with the illness.
Yeah.
And I, I mean, it's amazing how many people this disease affects. Um, and it's like the relationships are just, in my opinion, really, it's really hard on relationships.
Yeah.
And the way that I look at it is like it's destroyed relationships in
It
my
has.
family. But the way I look at it is I'm fighting this battle for my life.
Sure.
Hmm.
So you saying that Lyme disease doesn't exist, you saying that I don't have it,
Yeah.
is a complete, like, contradiction to my
Yes.
existence. It's
Yes.
like I have to believe in this fight. If I don't
Yeah.
believe in it, I will die.
Hmm.
So it's unfortunate, but
Yeah.
you're either going to help or you got to get out of the way.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I have hope for the future. I have hope that everyone will eventually be like, okay. I
Well,
have hope.
so what happens, Celina, is, and I mean, we're people like to be so confident, but we're only here for such a short period of time.
Yeah.
And a lot of these things, like even if you're 100 years old,
Mm-hmm.
that's a very short time in history.
Mm-hmm.
And this might be a disease that people are more aware of in 100 years. But
Mm-hmm.
here we are, we're struggling, and it's it just
Mm-hmm.
it it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Let me see here. You mentioned something about your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Has it influenced like your relationships with your friends at all?
Yeah, I mean, some of them, not all of them. There have been friends that stay with me for a long time, but most of mom's best friends, most of them, they used to go behind, even in front of her, and say, "Oh, Cinna's not mentally okay." And I remember when I got bitten at my mom's friend's house, I showed her the bite. I literally said, "Here you go. Here's the bite. What can you like? What I don't know
What
what's
is
wrong.
it?
What is it? Yeah." I just like get into a hot bath, okay? So I went into this really hot bath and I washed down the wounds, the bullseye rash. And that was the worst thing to do because it makes your body go into this go into not a shock, but like
But overheats,
yeah,
doesn't it?
overheats, yeah. And yeah, it's just like friends have been a bit weird, but I try to be positive about it. I give everyone a chance to like
Yeah, we've both done
yeah,
that. We've both we try. We are humble people, so
yeah.
we are believers, like I said. So believe firmly in our Father in heaven and in our Lord Jesus Christ. And this is how it's kept me very, very grounded, because in moments, I mean, she's been near death so many times. I can't even count them on my fingers. And it's just through faith that got me through prayer and faith, because I had nothing else to turn to. Nobody was there to support me. The hospital wouldn't, the doctors wouldn't, my family wouldn't, my sons wouldn't, friends wouldn't. And so who'd I turn to?
It was like
It's the only thing I had left.
Yeah. It was more like the friend side of it. It was really bad.
Yeah,
Really bad.
between the two of us, we have one friend each who actually understood and stood by us throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
And that we're very thankful for.
But yeah.
You got to hold on to those two friends.
I will. I definitely did it, because like thanks to my talkative mouth and I was younger, I used to like talk a lot to, I just say taxi drivers. I used to go to school. I used to go by taxi to school because my school was far away, not too far, but far.
Yeah, that was for other reasons, but
Yeah.
anyway.
But yeah, it was really nice, and I met this person, the mom's friend, our friend.
He's our friend.
He's our
now.
friend.
We've known him for very long.
And he's been like, wow, he's been so nice and amazing and helped us in difficult times. And I remember when I met him, and the first thing I did is throw a snowball at him, and that was cool. That's the first time I really like interacted with him.
Yeah, he's a bit of a grumpy soul, so who's that?
He went, meh.
He didn't know until many years later it was her that she threw that snowball.
Yeah.
It's quite funny.
I'm like, ha!
The great thing with Celina is that it's this cheerfulness, it's this positive outlook on life.
I might be tired as heck, but I still do things.
Man, does she make me laugh. She's so funny.
I can be sometimes.
I think it's kept me young all these years.
I feel like you two are best friends.
Yeah, we are best friends.
Well, we're a great team.
Oh no, here comes something.
Yeah, we're a great team. We've had to be that. Because if we didn't connect together like we do and have an understanding, believe me, I drive her up the wall and she drives me up the wall sometimes. But we understand that. So we work through it, we talk through it, and like I said, we pray through it.
Yeah, that's the thing with us. We always communicate, and the people, I mean, the friends, I say specifically friends, find it very irritating when it comes to or anyone else. And it's like, well, she's my mother. She's raised me. She literally puts food on the table, and I help her with food on the table, and we all eat together. And I will always be there for mom.
Yeah, and this will never change.
I do want to mention that I'm on the outs with my mother right now.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's pretty tough, and I'll tell you this story. Right, this is not a funny story, but
no,
I'm just letting it go on the Lyme Lads podcast here.
Okay.
So I had gotten my treatment for Lyme disease. I was doing a lot better, and then I started getting sick again. And I had no idea, but my apartment, and I was living on my own at the time, my apartment had a really, really bad mold infestation.
Oh, man.
So, and it, like, my bedroom was ground zero because my bedroom was where the carpet was. So I, every time I went to bed, I'd wake up like I was like hungover. So I thought that I was relapsing with Lyme, and I called my mom. I raised the white flag. I was like, I give up. Like, I'm unable to work right now. I'm just too sick to do anything. I need to move back in. So I moved back in with my mom. I bring my two cats, and she is in I think it was a 3,500 square foot house.
Whoa.
Like a 5-bedroom house.
Wow.
Basement, first floor, basement, big house. She's the only one living there. So she's got the house alone. And her cat that she had just gotten was extremely territorial.
Okay.
So I brought my two cats to her house, and every time her cat would attack my cats,
Oh.
I would get very upset. And
No.
this kind of leads into my next question here,
Okay.
coincidentally here,
Mm-hmm.
which is mental health challenges. So one thing that I deal with a lot, Celina,
Mm-hmm.
is I get excessive adrenaline.
Mm.
So I'm constantly feeling like I'm attacked.
Oh
I'm
yeah, me too. Me too. Same.
I'm always on the edge. I'm
Me
always
too.
like, it's like
Same. Same.
one thing that gets me is uh like a good movie. I can't watch good movies because what happens is my brain, it those parts in the movie that make you feel like goosebumps, like the
Mm-hmm.
the hero's about to overcome the obstacle and win,
Yeah.
Yeah.
those goosebump moments, they my brain basically says you're being attacked, so it sends out fight or flight hormone, and
Wow.
I, I'll go into a movie one person, come out of the movie a completely different person.
Uh-huh.
So that's just to say, every time I would hear
Mm.
my cats crying or hissing,
Oh
I
my
I got,
goodness.
I got huge surges of adrenaline, to
Mm-hmm.
the point where it became very uncomfortable for me or my mom to live in that house together, and we got into a
Mm.
huge fight. And
Oh,
basically, I lived there for 2 months, and then
Mm-hmm.
I moved back out on my own because our cats did not get along.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
wow.
I mean,
Mm.
it's so ridiculous, but the uh, the hissing and the
Yeah.
cats
Yeah.
screaming, it really did a number on me. And
I can
it
understand that.
it I don't am I ridiculous to expect my mom to give up her cat, or to like what am I, because she had just gotten the cat.
Mm.
Hmm?
And do you know what the cat's name was?
No.
Cat.
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 Okay.
Okay.
The cat's name was Cat. It was
Okay.
probably not even a year old. And
Mm.
here I'm your sickly son,
Yeah.
very ill, moving in with my two emotional support animals, and your cat that you just got, who doesn't even have a name, is
It's called
is
cat.
is attacking my emotional support cats. Like
Mm-hmm.
these cats saved my life.
Of
Yeah.
you, you,
course.
you, the sound of my little baby pachizzles
Aw.
crying or hissing is like,
Yeah.
oh, it drove me nuts. And
Yeah.
but am I a bad person to say, like, hey mom,
No.
you should get rid of your cat because this is
No.
becoming
No.
Yeah.
a
No.
problem?
No, you're not a
No,
bad person. Absolutely not.
absolutely not.
I do this.
So in the end, my mom still has the cat. The cat won. The
The
cat
cat
won
one.
that fight.
Mm.
Wow.
And I feel ridiculous about it, but
No, you don't need to feel ridiculous.
You
It's
don't have
happy.
to feel that way
Yeah.
because I understand it
It's
100%.
like when my cats get into an argument, like Gucci and Money, they can go like this. It's like for me, I just want like this.
It's literally efficiency.
Yeah, I know. It's like wow, you get into fight and flight mode. You go, don't do that, don't do that. And it's like if you want to protect them, obviously. So I understand a little bit.
Yeah, of course. But there's another thing you mentioned. This is so important about your emotional support animals, because that is another attack we have.
Oh
had
yeah. Oh,
endlessly.
the one thing they
endlessly.
said, the one thing that my, I would say friends or everybody involved, they say, get rid of my cats. Get rid of them. Then they're immunocompromised. I'm immunocompromised? Seriously? So it happened before, and it's oh, you must check your cats for parasites. Pay then. Like you pay the bill. If you want my cats to be tested for parasites, then you do it.
But they're indoor
Yeah?
cats.
They're indoor,
Michael.
yeah.
They're indoor cats, and they've been with us for years.
They've been dewormed, they've been everything.
Yeah.
So
It's no. If you read a little bit about it, there's more threat if you have an outdoor cat.
yeah, it is.
And because they
pick up.
they get subjected to the outside world, right?
Yeah.
But these cats have been here inside 24/7, and they've been up.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a ridiculous.
They're not
thing.
sick or anything.
No, but that's exactly.
But can you believe it? But can you believe that? They're telling me to get rid of my cats.
I mean, yeah, I believe it, and I do think there is some validity to possibly getting parasites from your cats or like cat scratch disease.
Yeah.
But my cats have, I mean, Patch the cat literally saved my life. Like she sleeps under my arm every night.
So
like
cute.
every night. So
yeah,
if I'm sick because of, my cat scratching me, like let me treat that, but I'm not getting rid of my animal.
No, I'm not getting rid of my cat either. I'm not
my friend,
exactly.
my family member.
Yeah, these are my cats. Well, Mama's half mine, half yours.
At the moment, they're our cats.
Yeah,
but
I just don't understand. Like, you want to get rid of something that saved your life, yeah? They saved my life. My cats have saved my life.
Cats are amazing creatures because they really sense. They've got this inner sense. They know when either of us are ill.
Yeah.
Particularly Celina. So when she was at her worst, and we didn't have the young one yet, but the white cat that
you both yawning.
He would lie next to her, and the cats we had before, who were old cats, and they died some years ago. But Celina's cat was always with her whenever she was in pain. She was always there.
Yeah, so snuggling. Yeah,
right here by her side, right here.
Yeah.
You know what I think? You know what I think it is?
What?
It's easy to dismiss helping with Lyme disease and say you should get rid of your cat because the cat's your problem.
Yeah.
But I'm also not going to help. Like, I'm not going to do any research. I'm not going to spend any time. Don't send me any articles.
Yeah.
You have a cat. Oh, the cat's the issue.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're doing on time, but if you're okay with it, I could ask another question.
Yeah, go on.
Go ahead.
I'm open book.
So have mental health challenges, anxiety, depression, mood changes been part of your experience?
Yes, I get very angry very quickly, and I have temper problems. And I have I cry a lot. Like, it's really badly crying. I just cry. I get very bad anxiety and very bad depression.
Yeah.
So it's very hard for me mentally.
And it was a journey for me too, Michael, because to understand Lyme rage, I had to literally read up about it because you would get so angry.
I'll get mad. I'll throw things. Like, seriously, like.
I mean, and you don't quite know what to do.
I'm calmer now, but it's getting better. But it's just like, it was bad.
Yeah.
You probably have lower inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
Than you did. I mean, I'm not sure, but tell me about this Lyme rage.
Like, I'll get angry very quickly. Like, if sound would make me angry, if I say like a click sound, I'll go like.
And there's another thing.
Yeah,
I think is key as well. Is when she was in a lot of pain.
Pain, yeah.
And it was so unbearable that her anger levels will just rise.
Mm-hmm.
And then the throwing starts. Anything she could get her hands on.
Glass. Glass on the floor.
Be centered in the bathroom mainly.
Yeah.
Because, Celina, do you want to explain the issue that you had with actually?
Yeah, I couldn't urinate properly. So I couldn't urinate. And that was also a struggle with the doctors because I couldn't go toilet. And I had an infection. And yeah, it was really, really hard.
Yeah,
And
it was Bartonella.
it was about a year or 2 years I had that.
But she'd be in such excruciating pain. So what would happen, because she couldn't alleviate the pain, it made her more and more angry.
Yeah.
And you just stand there and you think, how on earth can I? The only thing I could do was keep calm and pray. That's all I could do.
Yeah.
Eventually she'd come
I
out.
calmed down because Mum was very calm with me. It's much better now.
Yeah.
So it's just it happens. It's happened sometimes, but I'm very calm now. Yeah.
Yeah. I think what actually made an impact on you when you had the last outburst and you lashed out at me, and that frightened her.
Yeah.
To such a point that she realized, whoa.
My brain didn't. I didn't remember what the
Yeah.
heck happened. It's just
Because he's never lashed out at me ever.
no.
And she was at that level.
Yeah.
It was scary for her, and
Yeah.
it was scary for me because I got.
I would take it out on glass.
Yeah.
I would get angry at the glass. Go,
Would you break the glass?
I would
Yeah.
break the glass.
She's broken candle holders. She's
Plates.
She's thrown chairs. It's like
I'm strong.
but the voice levels, and
It's just certain things that irritate me.
yeah,
Like certain noises. There's certain noises like tapping, or if it's something really, really annoying, like if a person's staring at me too long, I get angry.
yeah.
Or doctors.
Well, I've never seen them. You do that to a doctor and make you very popular. But the thing is, I'm the only witness to this.
Yes.
Nobody else has seen this.
No one.
Never. They've never seen her explode like this. So when I try to explain it,
No.
I think, well, I tend not to talk too much about it because it's my understanding.
Yeah.
See what I mean? She's fun to be with.
Absolutely.
Such a funny bunny.
I had a feeling this was going to be a fun talk just when we were chatting on X.
Yeah.
I was like, this is going to be good. I'm excited to meet you.
Yeah, I'm really happy about that because some people are mean on the internet, and I don't want to be this mean, grumpy person going. Like,
listen, even at the height of your Lyme rage, you could never be like that.
No.
She's just been like this since she was a little baby. It's just absolutely lovely.
If I could comment on the Lyme rage thing and breaking things.
Yeah.
I think people with Lyme disease have a much higher level of impulsivity.
Mm-hmm.
So we're much more impulsive than other people.
Yeah, we are.
And we, like, I've got a friend that I've known him for almost 20 years.
Okay.
And he's always had a short temper. But since I met him to now, it's like he's stayed the same, always a short temper. I always like nothing would bother me, but now my temper has gotten so short because of Lyme disease. It's like, now you like, don't piss me off. Like, if you want to set me off, like, we're going to have a problem.
Like a bull. Yeah. I'm like a bull.
Yeah, she's like a bull in a child store.
And I'm good until I'm not. And then when I'm not good, it can get really bad. So for example, one of my sisters called me and asked me why I didn't respond to her wedding invitation. Or, just to make sure, I sent you this wedding invitation, you didn't respond. and I'm not going to your wedding. I don't have any interest in going to your wedding. And my philosophy is, if I ask for help with an illness, but you're too busy to take a couple days off and show up, why would you expect me to take a couple of days off and show up for your celebration? It's it's sickness and health, good times and bad times. I mean, you gotta,
absolutely. I understand you.
Yeah.
100%.
So anyway, my other sister called me, and she's like, "Hey, just so you know, she's wondering if you're going to go to her wedding."
Yeah.
And this conversation was via text, and it quickly went bad. And this is while I'm working, and I became so upset, that I was in my car. I punched the computer screen in my car.
Oh my gosh.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I needed to break something in that, like I had to let off some steam.
Exactly. And that's it's like you want to squeeze something and your eyes go, That's how I view it as. I feel like, the eyes go like this. And that's what I wanted to be.
But then you've got the other side of it too, where it's because I've seen everything you're talking about. I've seen it in her. And the other thing is that you get to such a point where you say, I don't want to live anymore. I'm sick and tired of this. Get me out of here. And the anger, just the words coming out are so severe that like I said, all I could do was pray.
Sometimes that's all we can do. I think in the past I could say all I could do is pray, but now I think is the time more than ever that we share our stories about Lyme disease.
Yeah.
Because I think we're making a little bit of progress, and if we just start the conversation, we could make a huge difference. At the very least, I'm grateful to be chatting with you.
Thank you.
And I'd consider you both my friends.
Oh, thank you.
And you asked.
Exactly.
We could continue going. I don't know what we're at as far as time goes. I imagine we're probably at like an hour and a half by now.
Yeah.
Let me just take a quick look at this. How has Lyme affected your sense of identity or your future plans, as far as like career, hobbies, family goals?
I was just thinking about that. I was like, my brain was like this. I became like the computer
for a minute.
No, I was just thinking, yeah. But anyway, yeah. I mean, my future plans. I want to have kids in the future, but if that's not possible,
How has Lyme affected your future plans? How has it impacted on your life?
a lot.
Yeah, because I know
Yeah.
she's.
I know you said you used to run around a lot. So
Yeah, I was like, not Speedy Gonzalez, but like, I used to run around and I used to play, and it was really nice.
Yeah, she was good at any ball sport.
I was very strong at one point. I used to lift even. I used to lift human beings.
They didn't get that.
I used to lift grown-ups. I was so strong at one point. I used to lift. Oh yeah, I used to lift up people like this. I was very, very strong.
Yeah, but that what I feel is maybe I can answer this for you, because this has been the frustration that I've received from you. That she had plans. She wants to travel. She loves to travel.
I do love to travel. Yeah.
And she really wants to be a mom, and she wants to get married and have children, and all these things just blew up in her face because she was getting worse and worse and worse. So that's what I think,
Yeah.
how it has affected you. And slowly, slowly, her standpoint on this is, I want to get better first.
Yeah.
Then I can take the next step. This was her motto for a long time. And then when we just kept getting backlash and backhanded like that, then she started losing heart on that. So, well, I'm stuck with this disease. Well, what am I going to do? Yeah. So in that way, it's affected it. She would 1 minute think, okay, I want to do this, that, and the other. And
My brain is in 3,000 different directions.
yeah.
I'll say that it's been, I mean, we know that it's difficult on relationships. As far as intimate relationships, man, it is tough. Like it's really hard to go into a relationship with all of this weight on your shoulders.
Oh, yes.
And you're like you don't even know what I deal with, but if you did, you'd probably just run.
Yeah, no one. Yeah, exactly.
But Michael, I agree with you 100% because there have been times where she has met people, right?
Yeah, I met people, yeah.
And I'm saying of males, and they do not have the understanding. It's just too much.
Yeah.
They haven't got that capacity. And why you cannot have a normal relationship with Celina if you don't fully understand where she's coming from or what she's going through. And yeah, she's had some pretty rough encounters from that point of view because there's no understanding. Oh, you're just lazy. Oh, you just don't want to do this. So you're just scared. Or so I 100%. It's really hard, and this is why her stand is, I want to get better first before I even go there. Yeah.
Well, I completely understand that. And your health journey, I hope, I pray that you're headed in the right direction. And
thank you.
I think you're going to meet somebody that will fully understand you and be there for you every step of the way. So don't give up.
No, I won't. I don't give up.
And don't lower your standards either.
Exactly.
No, I have many times actually.
She's done that, but that's what I can understand as well because you become very insecure.
I do become insecure.
And then you feel, because the disease, I don't think we've touched on this, but the disease isolates you.
It does.
And so you lose faith in yourself, you lose confidence in yourself. And but not only must you not lower your standards, but believe me, I have high standards.
She's like a watchdog. Seriously, I'm joking. You don't actually do it.
Speak for yourself. If I had to ever get into any relationship, she would be my bodyguard, literally.
And the thing is, I have defense mechanisms. So.
But the standard has to be high.
Yeah, it has to.
It has to, and you can't lower it. So there are one or two ways you can go. You either find somebody who can fully understand the impacts of this disease, or somebody who's actually been going through it themselves.
Yeah.
And we have a friend like that at the moment, and you'll see. You'll see.
One thing that I hope with the Lyme Lads podcast is this is less of an isolated illness.
Yeah.
Because for the longest time I was like, this is the loneliest illness ever.
It is.
But it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be. No, it doesn't have to be.
It's just like, I think it's very difficult for people that have suffered immensely to talk about what they've experienced. And when you know that you've just really been traumatized, it's hard to look at other people and be like have a normal conversation because they just don't understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But just stay positive, and I'm again happy that you came on the podcast to meet me and join the community of I guess 3 people so far.
Yeah.
Because you're episode number 3.
And episode number 3, yeah.
What an honor.
It's an
I
honor, you know.
think that's great. And I just want to say this to you, Michael, you can anytime you want to reach out and talk to us, you're welcome.
Do I have time for any more questions?
Yes,
Go
of course
ahead,
you
fire
do.
away if you want
Go
to.
on.
Oh,
We're here.
maybe we can do a fire round.
Yeah.
Should we do that? So
Mhm.
quick questions, short answers. If you could go back and give your pre-Lyme self or someone newly diagnosed one piece of advice, what would it be?
Don't give up, and yeah, don't give up. Don't give up. You know, and I'll just say this one thing: I said the people that are in charge shouldn't what's it called?
Judge.
No, shouldn't judge. You know, and the people behind everything shouldn't be what's it called? No, I forgot.
That's okay.
But you shouldn't
But
be.
there's hope.
It's hope. There's hope. Yes, hope.
There's hope.
Yeah.
There is hope.
I have a lot on my brain. I'm just moving, so I'm just like I'm thinking of.
And that's exciting. I'd love to chat with you more about that later.
Yeah, sure.
Uh, what's one thing you wish more people understood about living with Lyme disease?
It's about and it's not about because people always say to me, "Oh, you don't want to come and see me," and it's not about that. It's just the energy levels. And I've tried to say this so many times to people. They go, "Oh, you don't want to see me."
Yeah.
Like it's not about that. It's just like energy levels. I wish there were
A bit more
more.
understanding,
I wish I
right?
go, "Oh, aha, okay." It's
Yeah,
Lyme disease, maybe.
understanding and compassion, I think.
And it's the same thing about doctors. I wish the doctors go. Like, you know,
How can we help you?
how can we help you?
Yeah.
And, but they don't do that. But you know, I'm hoping one day, who knows?
I Chronic fatigue is one of the biggest symptoms of this illness, and
Yeah, and that's why I was like doing like this because I don't want to swallow the camera. That's the thing.
oh, you're fine. Don't worry about that.
I just don't want
How are you doing?
I don't want my mouth going viral or goes, you know, yawns and joking. Nah, I'm joking. I would never do that.
uh, how has this experience changed your outlook on health, medicine, resilience, or life in general?
A lot.
It's kind of an odd question, but
No, I'm just saying that a lot has changed my life on, you know, value it and really smell the air and breathe and
As far as doctors are concerned and
yeah,
things like that, how's it changed your outlook on
that
that?
they can't always trust the government.
You can't
what
trust the
what
doctor.
what was that?
You can't always trust the government.
You you can't always trust the government? Is that
Yeah.
what you can't always trust the government?
Mhm.
No,
You can't always. Not always, but
no.
I mean, sometimes you can trust the government, but
some
you can't always trust the
trust the
government.
government.
Yeah, and
Is this a good?
you can't always trust the doctors. I think
Yeah,
that's the thing.
yeah, exactly. I'm just saying a oopsie.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I spoke my truth there.
okay. This one's pretty good. Is there anything positive or unexpected that has come out of your Lyme journey, like new passions, connections, or personal growth?
Well, I cook more. Like I cook when I mean, I love my passion for cooking
Yeah.
and baking. And it's very nice to do what I do. You know, I like to create things, wallpapers. Like I have a page I do wallpapers on, and you know, create little things and
What I think she's trying to say is that it's her. She's a very creative person. Okay, so now she's honed in on her creativity
yeah.
and created some amazing wallpapers, which are on X, by the way, and honing in on what she loves, which is cooking, and then she's a brilliant singer, so she focuses on singing, and that keeps her going, right? So the isolation of the disease has actually helped to hone into what she's really good at.
Sure, I feel like sometimes when you struggle really hard, you find things that you really enjoy,
Hmm.
like perhaps singing or hanging out with your cats or cooking.
Yeah, I hang out with my cats a lot. That's the thing.
I, I have a quick question.
Hmm.
And this Grok didn't come up with this, but
Okay.
I was
Hmm.
reminded of it at my last job.
Okay.
Do the plug-in scent or air fresheners bother you?
Yes.
Can, so like, do you have those plugged in your house?
No. I don't. We don't have those, right?
No, we don't have them. But
We used to have air fresheners, but we could nah. They
affects our
toxic and
cat.
they make me choke.
Yeah,
So I can't have that.
and
I
also
can't
affects the cat.
Yeah,
I can't stand the air fresheners.
I can't
For
either.
Yeah.
for like even if it's just a few minutes, I'm like, whoa, I can't even breathe in here. What's going on?
Yeah, exactly. But it's dangerous. No, not dangerous, but like, I can't use it unfortunately because my tummy problem. Sometimes I burst out into farts, so I can't use air freshener. And that's the thing.
She's
I
so
have a bit of
honest.
gas
She's really
problems.
honest.
No, I'm just saying I have gas problems, so sometimes I go and I can't like use an air freshener to open I can't
But
open the
actually,
window.
the weird thing in Sweden is that the bathrooms, the new buildings, they
Yeah.
don't put windows on the bathrooms. That's so weird. But she can't tolerate that, so we have scented candles instead.
Yeah, a little bit.
Not too scented,
No.
but they help.
Yeah.
It, even the scented candles
Yeah.
really irritate me,
Yeah.
or they just bother me.
Yeah.
One trick that might help that a wise guy taught me once. He would keep a box of matches in his restroom,
Yeah.
and you'd go in there after him, and it would smell like somebody had just tried to light a candle. So so I apparently just lighting a match helps,
Mm.
like, you know,
Take away the odors.
yeah,
But the
I
thing
guess it
yeah, it's just not
helps.
bad.
I don't know, but
You can
um
test that if you want.
No, that's the biggest problem I've had is my farting, and sometimes I go, and then I can't like. There's no wind. I'm like bang bang bang.
It's really strange. Do you have the same thing in America? I mean, do they design apartments like that?
oh well, I mean, I don't know. I guess you guys live in like a high rise, or
Yeah, that's very popular in Sweden. It's mainly apartment buildings.
Mm-hmm.
You do get homes, right, like you have in America. They're a little bit outside the city center, okay? But
Mm-hmm.
mainly it's not high rise, but sort of like our building is 6 floors and we live on the
Yeah.
sixth floor.
Yeah.
Um, Maybe you'd get at most 13 to 14 floors.
Yeah.
That would be the
They want to
highest.
build more these more build bigger apartments that are not really nice. I don't like them. I like this building and my building I'm moving into is really nice. It's red, so I like it.
And mine's pink and I like it.
It's really funny because she's going in a pink building, I'm going in a red one.
so you girls are splitting up.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a step she's decided to take.
taking a risk.
Um, I kind of was a little worried about it because of the health issues, but I respect the fact that she wants to give it a go.
I got her on a speed dial, so
I mean,
Yeah,
how far away are you?
only like a few minutes.
3 doors away.
Three. Three doors.
Good.
I got her on speed dial, so if I can get coffee, I can just go hello
This
or
was
tea or
amazing.
anything
This was
really.
absolutely amazing because she got her part, and then of course I have consequences with this one we live in now.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to give this one up, but I was blessed with getting one which is literally you go out her door, walk 3 doors up, and you at mine.
That's
So
wonderful.
it's absolutely amazing.
It's got a big balcony.
I've never seen such a big balcony in my life.
It's 13 square
D-
meters.
do the new houses have the bathroom window?
No.
No,
Really?
No, no, they don't have that. That's why I said you literally, if I fart, the urge stays in longer, and it's just like really ridiculous.
It's really hard to.
And then
The architects, I don't know what
I
they
just
think.
wish there's like a fan you could turn on and it would go like that. That'd be
Yeah,
better for me.
if you had like some sort of fan or these little propellers or some
Yeah, I
sort of
kind
air
of lost.
conditioning in the bathroom, but you don't have that, and they tend to put the bathroom smack in the middle of the apartment, and you think, are they thinking? You would die of laughter. You come here, the way they plan them
Yeah.
is
I mean,
crazy.
it's all right. It's doable. Like when we came here, we were homeless, so
Yeah.
we had nothing. So it
Yeah.
was a blessing, like literally.
So although we're saying goodbye to this blessing,
Goodbye.
we've invest again, because to actually find a home that would be that close to her is very rare.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just feel that should it go pear-shaped and she can't cope with it,
Yeah.
I've got another two-bedroom
Yeah.
that I'm moving into that she can,
Yeah.
if things go wrong, she can move straight back in.
But I can speed dial you.
Yeah, what for cappuccino?
No, for tea. I'm joking. Cakes, I'm joking.
That's good fun.
Well, Celina and Maya, it's been an absolute pleasure. Do you have any other things you want to mention for your episode on the Lyme Lads podcast?
Um,
Well, I say this to any parent, okay, who
yeah.
has a child that's going through the hell Selena's gone through. Stand by them, try read
Mhm.
about it as
Mhm.
much as you can. I'm on many different Lyme groups, as I see what other people are going through,
Yeah.
and it helps me understand, because, like we've discussed on this podcast, it's like there's so many symptoms that she's been through that other people experience. The parents, I've also read about parents who have been through hell with doctors who don't believe them.
Spouses and marriage is
Yeah.
falling apart. I mean, there's so many sad stories out there.
Yeah.
You get really sad, but I want to encourage everyone to just be positive, and that I
Yeah.
know there's things going on in the world, but just try and block it out and just have as many pieces as you can. Pieces.
Well, you're hungry, maybe.
I just enjoy life, like
Try to get as much enjoyment.
yeah, exactly.
But please, when somebody with Lyme disease is reaching out for help,
Yeah.
listen to them.
Yeah.
And
Don't fob them off. Don't give them.
don't think
I'll say that. Don't
it's
give them a middle finger. Like
Yeah.
just breathe
compassion and
air.
empathy is so key. Yeah? She's losing the plot now.
Well,
Yeah.
I think we have nailed it for this episode. This could be the longest one we've had so far.
Oh, okay.
The boxes.
I know you are. The chat. No, I mean I'm more of a chatterbox than you. Maybe I don't know. Who
But
knows?
I think what we take away from all this, and really in your case and her case, is that this is not something to play with.
Yeah.
It's serious stuff, and I just hope and pray that with the new head of your health service, RFK Jr., he will actually push more Lyme awareness out there, because that will help the prejudice here. Okay.
So you guys are big RFK fans?
No, really,
We're not huge RFK Jr. fans, but we take him with a
he's
pinch.
gone more with Lyme disease, so
He knows about it.
yeah.
And he's talking about it, which the chairwoman of the Lyme Disease Association said to me just recently. This is going to help her.
Yeah, it'll help her. Yeah,
because no one wants to take over from her, because it's a
job.
It's a dicey job. She wants to go to the government. She wants to go to the EU government, who's just as guilty of prejudice as everybody else. And with this help that she's getting, the awareness of Lyme disease coming out because of him, it will help her journey
Yeah.
as well.
All I do is encourage anyone in the government to really listen to what I have to say, or Mom has to say. Just listen, because we're not trying to bash them. We want people to listen, right, and listen and
it's
be
there.
honest.
It exists. It's created something that we've created in our heads.
Yeah, exactly.
It's there. It's affected you. It's affected
Yeah.
her. It's affected me. It affects. You say your brother's also got Lyme disease?
No, I'm the only one in the family.
Then
No, anyone's
okay.
family, okay.
Okay. Well, the thing is, for your journey and her journey, it's very important that the awareness becomes greater, because if you don't have that,
Yeah.
the patients are going to suffer so much. And what she's been through,
Mhm.
I wouldn't wish on any parent to witness that.
No.
It's horrific. It really is horrific. So please, parents, just stand by your kids
Yeah. And
and
spouses.
the spouses and
Whatever you want to, kids too. They also get misdiagnosed, and I just want to encourage kids too. Just
yeah,
be strong and
awareness is very important.
yeah.
So
Okay.
let's
Yeah.
step up for Lyme, right?
Absolutely. You know where to find me. You can always reach me on X, or, you know, I can give you my email too, but feel free to reach out. I will let you know when the episode is live.
Sure.
And
Thank you, Michael.
thank you again so much for your time today.
You're welcome.
Thank you for giving
Thank
us so much
Thank
time.
you for giving me a voice.
Absolutely. All right. You ladies have a great day.
Have a great day. You too. Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.